Welcome to another edition of Smalltalk for you. This morning I wanted to go through something that I see in a lot of Smalltalk code. As a matter of fact, I just ran across this while doing the upgrade from VisualWorks 7.6 to 7.9.1 where I work. I'm going to show it to you in VA, but the concept is identical no matter what Smalltalk you're using. And that is adding MessageNotUnderstood wrappers that more or less just ignore the error. Now, this can seem kind of cool. You can ignore an error and move on. The problem you get into is that quite often, by ignoring an error in one place, further downstream, effects will happen that you're not even sure what they were, because you'll get an error that you don't expect to see because the error you earlier covered up. I'll give you a simple example. What I've done is created a simple class that has a counter variable, and I've just added an add1 method so that I can add 1 to it. And just to show you that this does work, I'm going to highlight this and do an inspect. And I have two screens, so it popped up elsewhere, but here we go. You can see that I've got a counter object and it's got 1 in it. Not terribly unexciting, it just does what you expect. Let's go and do subtract 1. Notice over here, no such method. I promise it's not hidden in accessing or private. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and execute this. And you'll notice it comes back and says not understood, subtract 1. Well, that's because I've added this method, does not understand. It turns out you can catch does not understand and just do whatever you want. In this case, I'm dropping a message to transcript. The difficulty you get into here is, let's say this was real code, which for some reason needed to maintain a counter that went up or down. I haven't actually subtracted 1. I've done nothing. So the next time I come to my counter, instead of getting the expected value, it's going to be sitting where it last was. Now, this is, of course, a trivial example, but you get the idea. By swallowing a message not understood, you're leaving the system in an unexpected state, and just by making it pretend to work, it may look like it's working, but further on down the chain, you're going to almost certainly run into problems. Unless you have really good reasons for this, you should almost never do what you see in this code. You should almost never catch message not understood this way. Instead, have an exception handler that catches it and then do something rational like, okay, we kind of expected to see that here under some circumstances, and then we're going to do some special handling. But this kind of thing where you do this, unless you're doing proxy operations with your own database framework or something like that, where you're swapping in a real object for a fake one, don't do does not understand and do this kind of handling. Very bad practice, something will almost always get you in trouble. So, that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with whatever Smalltalk you're using.